Hey everybody, good morning and welcome to Against the Public for July 6th. I'm Dana Lane. Today I'm going to give you my top Major League Baseball free plays, and then we're going to analyze, we're going to end the show by analyzing which teams are better against the top teams in the league, which teams are better against the bottom teams in the league, and we'll kind of break it down between teams over 550 and teams that are under 450. We'll see exactly how that all breaks down, and you can carry that into your handicapping this upcoming week. After the show, please go to pickdawgz.com. I'll have my premium Major League Baseball and WNBA selections locked and loaded on the website. Of course, last night, another winning night in the WNBA. So don't sleep on the W. Guys, it never matters where the money comes from as long as it does, and the W is providing us with a little bit of profit right now. So we're going to make sure that we continue down that road. You can also jump on my single plays or my 3-packs, and of course we'll have a 3-pack in baseball, and we will also have a 3-pack in the WNBA for Saturday. And each of those 3-packs, as you know, are just $49.99. Each one comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee that states you must profit or receive an immediate site credit for the purchase price. Also, the guarantee also comes with our single plays as well. In addition, this weekend, guys, there's no better time. I mean, we are less than a month away from preseason football. It is time to build that bankroll. So become an all-access member right now, and you can do that for the next 30 days for less than $11 a day, the next 90 days for less than $10 a day, or better yet, guys, just sit back and relax, get the debit card out, let's pay it off at a little, or get the credit card out, we'll pay that off at a little at a time. You get every play I release for the next 365 days for one low price of just $3.56 a day. So I'll take you all the way through the NFL season, the college football season. You guys know what we did in football last year. Also takes you through the NBA, had a great year in the NBA, NHL, college basketball, and right to this time, all the way through the rest of Major League Baseball, and right up to this time next year. Just $3.56 a day gets you on board with that annual all-access pass. Okay, let's get to our free plays for Saturday. Remember, these are probable pitchers, so make sure you double-check before putting your money behind any of these teams. And we'll start it off 1:05 Eastern Time, 9:11, 9:12. Boston Red Sox against the New York Yankees. Yankees minus $1.79. 9 over minus 15. Josh Winkowski against Garrett Cole. We're going to go through these fairly quick because I got this video out late and I want to get it out as quickly as possible. I'll be very interested to see how the public will wager on this one. Cole's making his 4th start of the year, and he's had 2 pretty good starts, but right in between there, a not so great start against the New York Mets. So it's interesting. I suspect that the public will still be on the New York Yankees, but and the numbers really bear that out. I'm looking at it now. They just updated. 84% of the money is on New York, 79% of the tickets. Not much movement on the money line, which tells me probably smaller money trickling in right now, but we have seen some movement on the total. 56% of the money's on the over, along with 68% of the tickets. There were a couple significant wagers on the Red Sox, plus $1.52 it was at FanDuel, Iowa, and under 9.5 minus $1.22 at FanDuel, New Jersey. I'm also going to go with the under here. Not quite. I didn't quite get that 9.5. I really wanted that when that number came out, but it's just up for a couple hours, and of course we do this show way after that, and we like to have the numbers settle down a little bit. So we're going to go under the 9 minus $1.05. Game number 2, 1:05 Eastern Time, 9:01, 9:02. New York Mets minus $1.35. 9 is your total against the Pittsburgh Pirates. David Peterson against Bailey Falter. I've learned one thing about odds makers in the Pittsburgh Pirates, and that's they do not have a lot of respect for them. Even with Skeens on the mound yesterday, Pittsburgh was just a $1.25 favorite as a consensus number, and then that got pushed up to $1.42. It's no surprise to me that the Mets are a $1.30 favor on the road against Bailey Falter. Jared Jones is on the shelf for a month, so Pittsburgh is really relying on Falter to pitch well, just like he did against the Atlanta Braves in his last start. On with David Peterson, though, 3-0 this year, pretty good ERA, 3.5, 3.51. But over his last 3 starts, he's allowed just 5 earned and 16.2 innings. That's 2.70 ERA. That means he's trajectorying up, or his trajectory is up. I guess that's the way to say it. I also know one thing about the Pirates, and we are not able to rely on them consistently from an offensive standpoint, because they're simply inconsistent throughout their lineup, which means they don't string together a lot of wins. I mean, if this team could put together a 8 out of 10 stretch, they'd be right in it, but just not going to do that. And I kind of just go with, go against, go with, go against, because that's kind of been the way that the Pirates have been in 2024. I'm going to take the Mets minus $1.30. And in game number 3, 7:15 Eastern Time, and Philadelphia Phillies on the road, minus $1.10, 8.5 under, minus 15 against the Atlanta Braves. Ranger Suarez against Spencer Schwellenbeck. You guys have heard me say this a bunch of times. I really like Ranger Suarez, and I've been on him many, many times this season. And of course, he's 10-2, so what's not to like? But over the last couple of starts, he doesn't seem to be as dominant as he was early in the season, and the numbers certainly bear that out. 8 earned runs allowed in his last 10.2 innings. Now 6, and we know 6 of those was against that start against the Miami Marlins, but in his previous start against the Detroit Tigers, he did allow a ton of base runners, 8 hits allowed in 6 innings. So I kind of put those 2 starts and say, hey, not so good. I don't like the way that his season is pointing kind of in a downward trajectory at this point. Schwellenbeck hasn't been great either, as we know, but this number to me smells like a trap. I'm going to take Atlanta here, even money. I had Philadelphia minus $1.25, and this number comes out, and I think it kind of smells to me like they're begging you to take the Philadelphia Phillies. So we're going to take Atlanta, even money. And before we close the show, let's just take a look at teams who are the best and the worst against playing teams that are 550 plus win percentage or more. And I think it's very interesting, some of the numbers that come out from that. Now, the best teams when playing their opponents have a win percentage of 550 or more. Believe it or not, San Diego Padres, number 1, 24-16 plus 9.59 units. The Washington Nationals, 12-13 under 500, but they've been fantastic as a dog this year, plus 7.24 units. And the Cleveland Guardians, 13-7 plus 6.54 units when playing teams that are over 550 with as far as win percentage. Now, the worst teams against the better teams in baseball, of course, usual suspects. Chicago White Sox, 9-32, minus 17.13 units. Detroit Tigers, 7-19 against teams playing 550 or better, 11.95 units lost. And the Minnesota Twins, 13-21, minus 8.44 units lost. Now, let's flip it over. What teams are doing the best against teams playing 450 ball or less? Well, that is the Minnesota Twins, and that makes a lot of sense. Twins 26-8 against the poorer teams in the league, plus 9.38 units. Milwaukee Brewers 21-12 plus 6.06 units, and the Washington Nationals 15-13 plus 3.89 units. Now, the worst teams against the worst teams, Colorado Rockies, 6-24 against teams playing under 450 ball, minus 15.04 units. San Diego Padres, 14-19, minus 7.75. That's going to be a problem for them down the stretch. And the Texas Rangers, 8-15, minus 7.7 units. If there's anything you'd like me to research, please just drop me a comment on the YouTube channel. I'll be happy to get to it if I can. And thank you to everybody who has commented or put their the 2 cents in as far as things that they would like me to look up. I really appreciate it. We're going to get back on track with these free plays today. That does it for your Saturday free plays and recap of the teams and how they do against when they're playing other good teams. I think it's really important that we have those numbers moving forward, because you are going to start to see some separation, especially after the first, which is the trade deadline. So throw those numbers out, though. We'll go back and revisit those in a couple weeks as well. Please go to pickdawgz.com. Get involved with one of my many available packages. I have prorated baseball up there right now, WNBA packages. Of course, football season is right around the corner, so I'll put those up in a few weeks. A little bit too early so far, but we'll have preseason football packages up there. So you guys can get involved at least 2 or 3 weeks before the Hall of Fame games start. So that does it for today's show. Here's your Saturday recap. Boston Yankees under 9 minus $1.05. New York Mets minus $1.30, and Atlanta even money. That does it for today's show. Thank you to everyone who watches on a daily basis. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate it. If you're watching, I know we got a ton of people watching. Just hit the like button. I appreciate that so much. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Saturday.